Gemini, let's go ahead and see what's coming up for you guys. For Gemini, the month of October. Next 30 days. What's coming up for Gemini in October? While the cards come out, I want to update you guys on the changes I've been making. Gemini, ooh. In the month, not just in the month, in the platforms, the social media platforms. So here on YouTube, I'm going to keep doing these large general monthly readings, as well as mid-month readings, new and full moon readings. On TikTok, I'm going to be doing love readings. On Instagram, I'm going to be doing business, entrepreneur, financial, prosperity readings. And then on Facebook, I'm going to be doing seasonal readings, which means depending on where, I don't read reverses, on where the sun is at is what the readings will be based on. So right now the sun is in Libra. So the readings are about partnerships. And the links to all of these platforms are in the description box. If you guys could follow me on these platforms, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you do choose to follow me, getting a react to the videos, dropping a little comment, even if it's just an emoji, it pushes my algorithm and shows me you appreciate my time and energy. So please don't forget to react to the videos or comment on them, okay? All right. So Gemini, we're starting off a little tricky because the overall energy is 5 of Swords. With the High Priestess, Knight of Swords, 6 of Cups, and 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so for some of you, I think this may have to do with career. For others, of course, I think it's partnership, love. And still for others, it'll be a completely different scenario. Take the energy as it applies to your life. If it doesn't apply, don't take it. If you are in a connection, I feel like there's this choice about whether you need to pair up with somebody, like you need to accept some sort of commitment, or there's a piece of you that wants to be single. If this is a career reading, same thing. Like you may be deciding between striking out on your own or working with a company that you've, really wanted to work with for a really long time. So there's that, do I do it or not? However, there's something about the 5 of Swords. It's beyond indecisiveness. 5 of Swords is pettiness. It's like if we're building a story here, right? This man that's walking away is this person's friend, and they're in a contest to see who can fight best, and whoever fights best keeps the ancestral swords of the other person. This person has beat the other one 5 times, right? Which is why he has 5 swords. So yes, he might have proven a point, but by proving this point, he's now lost a friend because he doesn't really need to go that far. He could have just done it once, but he decided to take all 5. So there's something about you winning some sort of empty victory. Like you're winning a victory, but you're losing something by making some sort of point. You're focusing too much on being petty right now. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. We do have the Empress here, Taurus energy. And either you are stressing this person out or they are stressing you out. One of the two. Regardless of the Chariot, I see some sort of determination to move forward. Now, if this is financial, you may have done something to your previous employer where you got the last laugh for now. But now it means you probably will not be hireable in that industry. And so now you have to work on your own. But if that is it, you are very determined. You're like, I don't give a fuck. With the Moon card here, you are scared. I'm not gonna, if this is you, right? I don't feel like you're fully prepared for whatever this is. But again, you weren't thinking about that whenever you were, in the petty energy. So now you're gonna have to kind of live with that. But there's a lot of fears coming up. Now, I'm going to be blunt a little bit, Gemini, because we all know that you guys are very intelligent, very creative. But with the 8 of Pentacles, there's some sort of fears about consistency. So let's say that this business you're building, You have all the intelligence and expertise it takes to create this, but it requires a lot of consistency, and you know that that's your weakness. So that's partly what's scaring you, that, oh, I have to be consistent and I don't know if I have it in me. If this is a relationship, you proved some sort of point to your partner, and now it requires you taking care of yourself or having to provide for yourself. So you are making some sort of plan. Now, like I said, I see a lot of determination on your part. And you're making some sort of plan of like, okay, so we have 2 pentacles here, which is trying to, like, you're trying to make a living doing what you enjoy. You're trying to balance out your finances. However, we do have 10 pentacles. Overall, the 8, 9, and 10. So I feel as if you are going to come back to whoever it is that you're trying to prove a point to, because you're like, okay, this is a little heavier than I thought. Maybe we can work something out. You're going to come towards some real smooth, real, silver-tongued, because that is Gemini energy. So let's get some clarity here. Let's see what's going on with Gemini. I'm going to be using the Witch's Tarot. Clarify 5 of Swords. Clarify 5 of Swords for Gemini. We start off with the 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. See, over here, we had the 9 of Pentacles, and here we have the 9 of Cups. I definitely think that for some of you, this was the difference between striking out on your own and doing what you wanted, or having to accept some sort of offer. And I think that you really didn't want to accept this offer, so you said a lot of things. You said a lot of things. You certainly used a lot of words. And some of those words were very hateful, very petty, below the belt hitting type of words, because you wanted to do your own thing. Now, Ace of Swords, like I said, I do feel like you're going to come back and just be like, I've been thinking about it, and this offer isn't so bad. I can accept it. So you're going to eat crow, basically. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the King of Pentacles. After you hurt somebody. Okay. After you broke somebody's heart. Clarify King of Pentacles. Uh-oh. Well, Gemini, let's just be clear. You might not have the opportunity to take back your words. That's the problem with the 5 of Swords. You say things that later on you're like, fuck, now I can't take that back. So the person that you did this to is showing up as King of Pentacles and Emperor energy, fully armored. They have a soft spot for you because this person is not in armor, but this one is. Look at that. They're not going to be very generous when you come back because of the way you left things. So let's say this is an employer. I don't know what you did, but you might have burned down the factory you worked for. You might, whatever you did, it certainly impacted this person quite a lot. And so now they feel like they have to be careful with you. You hurt them. Either you hurt their pocket, but emotionally, like they trusted you and you betrayed them somehow. So with the 8 of Cups, they're not really feeling this. In fact, I'm just going to be blunt. You may get your ass blocked, Gemini, because they feel like they need to stay away from you. So with the 8 of Swords, I feel you getting into your head like, oh man, now how am I going to fix this? Because the 5 of Swords with the 3 makes the 8, right? You kind of put yourself in this predicament. And I think you're acknowledging that. You're acknowledging that this person, you're being honest with yourself. Like, they've got reason to be worried about me. I did fuck up. I did mess up. Let's look at the Empress. Clarify the Empress. Page of Wands. The Hangman. And the World card. Well, there's hope. There's hope because whoever it is you're dealing with, Libra, Taurus energy, they are very forgiving. They want to heal this. They want to, well, no, maybe not. It's more like in honor of your past, in honor of your connection. They still care for you. They're very disappointed, but they want to give you closure. They want to, yeah, they want to close this out in a peaceful manner. So I do feel like eventually they are going to reach out to you. Maybe they blocked you and then they unblock you. They're seeing things from a different perspective, and they will give you closure. Now, healing is here, but not acceptance. They're still not accepting whatever offer you've got. They may care for you. They're willing to do a lot of things for you in honor of your past. But I feel like you've closed some door with this person that can't, I don't think, even if it can be reopened, it's not going to be opened quickly. Let me put it that way. Let's look at the Nine of Swords. It's going to take time. Clarify Nine of Swords. Ooh. We get the Temperance card, the High Priestess, and yeah, oof, child, Queen of Swords. See, this person is a King of Pentacles, right? They showed up as a King of Pentacles. You're showing up as the Page of Pentacles. So you are giving, you have the intention, let me put it that way. You have every intention of being consistent. Your words are saying this, but in the past, I don't think you've been able to follow through. And this is what is creating the Nine of Swords. This person is protecting themselves from you. They see you as somebody who, you know, when you're in a good energy, you're very harmonious. You're very, it's like, you know, unicorns, butterflies, and Skittles over the rainbow. But when you're not in a good energy, everybody's going to pay for it. And I don't think they like that. They're pretty done with that energy. Let's look at the Chariot. Clarify the Chariot. We've got the Two of Swords, excuse me, the Justice card, and the Star card. So here they show up again as the Emperor. Because, okay, so if we're going masculine, feminine, right? You're showing up as Queen of Swords. So you're showing up very clear, but it's almost like you're letting, I forgot to mention that over here. It's almost like you're acting like, well, you brought this on yourself. Because there's things that maybe they didn't tell you, or there's things that were hidden from you, were withheld. And so you're acting like, well, this is your fault. You did this to yourself. So again, they're showing up in Emperor energy, very protective of themselves, very distant, not opening up. They're making a decisive call. Because the thing is, with Justice here, they're taking their emotions out of whatever decision they're taking. Both the Emperor and the Justice card are about taking decisions with the head and not with the heart. This is the Emperor as well. So they're going to make some sort of decision to heal this in a way that they don't lose anything. Because that's what they feel. They feel like they take too many risks on you and they're not paying off. So, like, let's say this is an employer. They may say things like, okay, well, how about this? You used to be a manager. You can come back entry level. You're not going to get the position you had before. And so they're trying to give you something, but you're not going to just waltz back in and have whatever you had before. Let's look at the Moon card. There's the Eight of Pentacles again. Clarify Moon card, Sun card, and the Moon card again. With the the Emperor. Okay, so Moon card is here twice. You're not very fond of whatever conditions they're putting because it's something that you've never navigated before. It's something, I feel like there's some sort of lesson here for you though, because a lot of this feels karmic. It has something to do with learning to put in effort, learning to put in work, learning to be consistent. Eight of Pentacles is here twice. Learning, and this is a Virgo energy, so it should work well with you, Gemini, but it's like you're in this energy of being childlike, not childish. Well, maybe, because Five of Swords, you could be very childish. So you may do both. There are moments where you're childlike, and there's moments where you're very childish. And this Emperor is kind of like, I need you to grow up, though. I mean, you are Gemini, so you're very playful, you're very youthful in energy. And they may appreciate that at moments, but whenever it crosses certain lines, they're like, no, that is not okay. And so the conditions that they're putting to you now, you're not fond of them at all. It's going to require you putting in more than you used to give in the past. And you're blaming them, and now you're like, well, now you're punishing me for what you did. So you're trying to persuade, but you're still coming up short. Like you're facing the Emperor, right? Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Like before, I think you were used to a lot of feminine energy from this person. Now you're dealing with a lot of masculine energy. So before they were very lenient. They would give way. They would be very, compassionate. They would show empathy. And now they're like, no. They're firm, they're decisive, they're like, it's like this, and that's just it. There's no if, and, or buts. Let's look at the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so what's interesting about this is that I feel like part of what you're having to put work into is your own projects. Like maybe this person is aware of the level of talent you have in some area of life. And part of their conditions for helping you financially, it's like you're gonna have to start working. You're gonna have to start putting in work towards your projects. You do not like this at all. You are not happy. You are not happy, but they're not giving way. You're standing before an Emperor right now. So, Two of Pentacles, I had already said was here, right? With the King of Pentacles and the Knight. A lot of this really has to do with creating a source of income from something you enjoy. Maybe something artistic like writing, singing, painting, poetry. And you've got all the talent it takes. Virgo energy here again. But you're not happy about it. I don't know what the deal is, really. I mean, if somebody pays you to do what you love, that's awesome. Knight of Pentacles, but that's my opinion, so I'm going to shut up because that's just my opinion. Four of Swords. King of Pentacles again. Two of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. With the King of Cups. I feel like you are being put to some sort of test, Gemini. You may not be aware of it. So this may be your partner because you're showing up as King and Queen of Pentacles now. So this King is showing up with the trying to heal things energy. And you're showing up with a plan. Not that the King is unaware of it, because see how he's looking at these Two of Wands like, you think I don't see your plan? They're very aware of whatever it is you're trying to create. So with the fact that the Knight of Pentacles is here, sorry, long night. I feel like they are thinking of building with you long term. But right now they're having to withhold their emotions because they feel like every time that they show softness towards you, I'm just going to be blunt, you take advantage of it a little bit. And so they're having to almost harden their heart to get you to grow. Because you showed up as a page, now you're showing up as a queen. So there is progress, but it's almost like, it feels like this progress is very slow, it's painstaking, and you're showing up as Knight of Cups. Like you want things to just be like in Fantasyland, and this person's like, no, let's face reality. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. Let's look at the Knight of Cups. Nine of Wands. Ten of Wands. Oh, man. Okay. So, Ten of Wands is here twice. I feel like you thought that if you showed this type of energy for like 2 or 3 weeks, things would eventually go back to normal after those 2 or 3 weeks. They would cool down, they'd get over it, they'd go back. This is like a cycle that's been happening for some time. With the World card here, with the Karma card here, I feel like it's something that you had already counted on. Like in the past, if you would piss your boss off or your boyfriend off or your husband, it would take 2 to 3 months or 2 to 3 weeks, and then things would go back to normal. And in your mind, you already had the plan for the 2 weeks. You know, okay, 2 weeks, I'll be consistent. I'll do this, I'll do that. And then they'll, let me go back to be me. And this time around, they're like, no. You're in Knight of Cups mode. They're in Knight of Pentacles mode. So you're still in Fantasyland and they're not. They're putting you through a little bit of a test. They want 10 weeks this time. They want consistency. And you're really, you're really struggling with that. Because you're used to being in playland. I can't talk. Playland. You're used to doing things when you want to do them, how you want to do them. And it's kind of kicking in the ass now because you're not used to what they're asking of you. It feels like a lot. It feels like you're having to do a lot. It feels like you're having to withstand a lot. You're not a fan of this energy. But that's what it's going to take for this to work. I'm not really sure what it is that's taking so much from you. I don't feel like this person is asking anything unreasonable. But then again, I have an Earth moon, so it really depends on what is being asked, right? Let's look at this Ten of Wands, because this is that weight you feel. Clarify Ten of Wands. Okay, King of Wands, Queen of Wands, Five of Cups. Huh. This is a whole new energy. A whole new couple, too. I don't know if this is you and your partner. If this is you and your partner, I feel like this is maybe what you want. You want to go back to the passionate energy y'all shared before. But Five of Cups says this is kind of gone right now, at least for now. Now the Magician is here, which says you can bring it back, but Six of Pentacles, again, it's going to take work. It's going to take consistency. And you're kind of showing up in Page of Cups energy like, why though? Why does it have to be so hard? Why can't they just let me be me? Well, maybe, this person is tired of that. Or I don't know, to be honest. It's going to be different for different people, but whatever this is has been lost. And that's what's weighing on you heavily. There's a lot of sorrow and grief, and the ability to create it is right in front of you. But it's going to require a lot more work than what you normally give. And honestly, it just depends on whether you're ready to face that, whether you're ready to give that, because Eight of Pentacles showed up twice. That's all that's required. Hard work is what's required. But you would rather, with the Five of Swords, you would rather, it's almost like you'd rather degrade yourself. You'd rather beg because you see it like, well, it's just for a little while. But putting in the work now, that's scary. And that's not really, I don't know if that's a very mature mindset, Gemini. So instead of begging, I would say put in the work. I think you'd surprise yourself. You'd surprise yourself with all you can accomplish if you just are consistent with yourself and with this person. Okay? you're gonna have to get out of Fantasyland, because this is not working for you anymore. And if you want change, you're gonna have to put, feet on the earth. So I don't know what to tell you, Gemini. I'm gonna go ahead and end the reading here. I hope to see you on the other platforms, and please make sure you react to the video and drop a comment. Bye.